Let me talk to you about trust in teams. So I see several teams, whether that is in sports or whether that is in business, and some of them work absolutely incredibly well and some of them are completely dysfunctional. Those teams that work really well together are those teams that know each other. They know themselves, they know each other, they know what their strengths are, they know what their weaknesses are, and they know how they can rely on each other and what they expect from each other. They're open and they're honest and they communicate effectively and regularly. Obviously, the teams that don't work so well are the opposite to that. And I have to say that a majority of the organisations I work with, usually the teamwork could improve. And a lot of that is built around trust. Because if you do not trust somebody, whether that is a relationship out of work, a friendship, a lover, a partner, whether that is somebody in a team, whether that be sports team or business team, if there is not trust there, that relationship is not going to work. And therefore, people really need to understand where trust comes from and where it doesn't. And it often comes from self-awareness and awareness of other people and being able to talk, funnily enough. A lot of people try and make other people feel good by telling them what they think they want to hear. And although it comes from the right place and it comes from that person caring about that person and not wanting to upset them, actually in the longer term, it doesn't do anything for trust, and therefore it doesn't do anything for the longer term relationship of those people or that team. So if there is an issue with a relationship, if there is an issue within a team, you need to be looking at why. Are those people talking? If they are talking talking truthfully and honestly, proactively and regularly? If they're not, they need to. The more people can talk about their honest thoughts, opinions, feelings, the more other people are going to understand them, and the more they are going to understand what it is they want and what it is that they need going forward. So trust comes from being open and honest. And I've spoken to you before about feedback, and people have this negative connotation about feedback, whereas it's essential in everyday living. You know, if you have children, you wouldn't allow your children to draw on a wall without giving them some harsh feedback of that is not acceptable. You wouldn't let them go and play near a road because it is not safe. Yet with children, it seems to be acceptable to give them feedback, whether that's praising them for doing something well and telling them exactly why, or whether that is putting them in the naughty corner because they've done something wrong. But again, you explain what it was, why it was wrong, and your expectations going forward. But for some reason, when we're adults and we're dealing with other relationships, whether that be in work or outside of work, we stop giving that feedback. I don't know when it stops, but we stop. We stop telling people what we see as good and why we see it's good. And we definitely stop telling people what we see as not good and what is affecting us negatively and what we would like to see going forward and how that makes us think and feel. So I would say to you, have a think about what it is that you want from a team, what it is you want from a relationship, making sure that you're being truthful, you're being open and you're being honest. And if you're not, why not? And how can you be? Teams should be able to back each other up, to respect each other, trust each other. And that is not going to come unless you communicate effectively and openly and honestly with each other. So work on it. It doesn't come easy, but it is so worth it when it does happen. If you need a hand, you need some more thoughts, then do message, let me know, and we can talk it through for your personal situation. Take care.